Good day everyone, my name is Muhammad Nuruddin and I will be putting you through on how to use the Autocad software, starting with setting your working environment. Okay, so basically I will be using Autocad 2018, and once you open your Autocad you click on the start drawing icon and then your drawing area opens. So here you have the application menu, here you have the quick access toolbar, and then here you have the info center, here you have your ribbons, down here you have your taskbar. Okay, so the first thing I do when I open my Autocad is I create a location for my file. So in order to do that, I use the command Ctrl S. Once you type in Ctrl S, you specify a location for a file. I'm going to keep it in desktop and I'm going to name it Getting Started. As you do that, just strike save. Okay, the next thing you do is you type in the command units as in UNITS. In Autocad you could use the enter button or the spacebar button to enter a command, so we will just use the spacebar. So a dialog box appears. So you're going to see two areas for your length and your angle. So for the length, we obviously using decimal, and the precision is I usually set my precision to 1 decimal place, and this is just to avoid having several digits after my decimal point. So just set it to 1 decimal place. And the units to scale inserted content is usually millimeters. We use millimeters in this part of the world. You could use what you use over there, so we just put in millimeters. And the units for specifying the intensity of lighting, I don't joke with this, I just leave it as international. So coming to the angle area, we obviously using decimal degree of the precision. I also use 1 decimal point for the precision. So when you're done with that, you could either toggle for clockwise or anti-clockwise. I usually use this clockwise, so we just toggle for clockwise and then we press OK. So when we're done with the units, we type in limits as in LIMIT. As you could see, it popped up as we started typing it. So you could either strike the enter or the spacebar command or the spacebar button to enter it. So we just strike our spacebar. So now it is asking us to specify lower left corner. I usually use 0, 0, strike it, spacebar, and then you specify the other extent of how large you want your site to be. I usually use 100,000, 100,000, and you strike your spacebar. Now when you do this, normally when you open a new file in Autocad, it doesn't allow you zoom the extent of your drawing area completely, and you can only notice this when you start drawing. In order to do that, you type in the command, you just type in Z, enter, A, enter. As you can see now, we can zoom to any extent we wish in our drawing area. So after inserting our units, limits, and the extent of our zoom, the next thing we do is we create layers. We create layers for walls, windows, doors, furniture, hatch, and dimension length. These are basically the parameters we'll be creating layers for. So starting, in order to enter the layer command, you just type in LE. You could see the layer popped up as we typed in the LE, so you just strike in the enter or spacebar. This box appears. I don't advise you use this first layer. In lesser versions of Autocad, you see it named as def points. Whatever it is, don't use it. You just create your own layers and you use them. So in order to create your own layer, you could see there are different icons here. The first one is to set current, the second is to delete layer, the third is to new layer, VP frozen, and all viewports. You don't need it. All you just need is to create a new layer, and you could use the command Alt plus N, or you could just click it. So you see we've created a new layer, so we call it wall. So here you could either on or off for entire drawing. Here You could freeze the layer here, you could lock it here. You are not going to understand what these commands basically do until you start using the software properly. I'll be guiding you guys on that. So I usually use the white color for my walls. Should, in case you're using a white background, you will be using a black color for your walls, so vice versa. So the line type is obviously continuous, striking OK. Line width, I usually use 0.35 for my wall, striking OK. You have no business with this, so don't touch it. So you create another layer and then you call it window. I usually use blue for my window, so you're striking OK. It's also continuous. For the line width, I usually use 0.25, so you're striking OK. Then we're good. Create another layer and then call it door. I usually use red for my door, you're striking OK. For the line type, continuous. Line width, I also use 0.25. Then you create another layer and you call it furniture. Color, you could leave the colors red. I like using red. Line type, continuous. Line width, you don't need a thick line for this, so you could also use the 0.25. And then you need another layer for dimensions. Why I usually have a separate layer for dimensions is sometimes your work gets busy, like too busy, that you might want to do some things and your dimensions might obstruct you. So in order to do that, you just freeze or lock your dimension layer and then do whatever you have to do. So you create a layer for your dimensions. You could use any color you wish to use. Let's just use white for dimension. OK. Line type, continuous. Line width, okay, 0.25 is okay, so you just strike in OK. Then you create another layer for hatch. Let's just use magenta for hatch. OK. Line width, you could also use 0.25. And then we set our current layer to wall. So once you're done with this, you close the dialog box. Okay, so we have set our units, we've set our limits, we've set our zoom extent, and then we've created some layers over here. The next thing is for us to start drawing, but before we do that, I'll be introducing you to some of the commands down here on the taskbar. Here you have the model or paper space, which is where we are. You have the model space here, you have the layout space. This is where you plot. You could create so many layouts as you wish, but let's just go back to the model space as that is what we're interested in. Here you could on or off your grid. As an architect, I like to work with grids, so you could toggle on or toggle off your polar snap, grid snap, and in case you don't want to toggle on those ones, there are other snaps here when you click on the snap settings. So with time you're going to understand how the snaps work, all of them. You're going to understand how they work. So you come here, this is for frame of constraints, it's for dynamic input, this restrict cursor orthogonally. I call it auto snap. It allows you to go in two ways, that is vertically and horizontally only. For you to go otherwise, you have to toggle it off. So here you have restrict cursor to specified angles. You could also set that. Here isometric drafting for our engineers and the rest. And you could just hover around all of them, and I think that will be all for getting started. Please stay tuned and please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.